Hey guys, welcome back to Fat People with Opinions. This is Isaiah.
This is Taylor.
And we are back.
And we're still fat. And we still have fucking opinions.
And we're here after being away for 8,755 years.
I mean, for y'all, it's only been like a week.
But it's felt like a month for us.
Forever.
But we're here again, and we're here to share some things with you guys. How have you been? How have the holidays been for you?
The holidays were fine. The last couple of days have been trying.
Girl, same. Absolutely.
I think instead of telling you about my life, because right now it's fucked.
Oh no.
I'm going to tell a story. But it's like a story that my boss told me that I thought would be interesting to discuss on this podcast.
Oh,
it's kind of like
girl,
humorous.
I'm not ready. What's going on?
So she was telling me how she is one of 6 children.
Mm-hmm. Same.
And she doesn't have any kids. It's just her and her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And her family was over for...
How old is she?
She's like mid to late 30s. I don't think she plans to have kids. Like, she does not want kids.
Same. Is she a black woman?
No.
Okay. Is it bad that I just immediately got that much more disinterested? Because she's not a black person. Continue.
Her whole family was over to her house for Christmas. Mm-hmm. No, for Thanksgiving. Sorry, for Thanksgiving earlier this year. And it's like all her siblings have kids, and then her mom and her dad. But she and her husband have a house where like that's acceptable. Like they have enough space for everybody. So it was whatever. Mm-hmm. They always host family gatherings. So they were at Thanksgiving dinner, and her dad was like, "So do you plan to have kids ever? When are you going to have kids?"
That's such an interesting question to raise to any person.
Right. Especially your 30-something-year-old child who has made it clear that she does not want children.
Right.
So she was like, "No, we're not having kids." And he was like, "Well, I'm going to cut you out of the will because why should I give to you if you're not giving anything back to the family?" Meanwhile, they're all in her house at this moment. So she was like, she like turned to her siblings, I guess, and nobody like stood up for her. So she was like, "Okay, we don't give back to the family. We don't do for the family. All of you can leave." And she and her husband got everybody's stuff, piled it into the living room.
Said, "Let me just gather your things, okay?
And then went into their room and locked the door. And she's telling me this story, and my like jaw's just on the floor because like I aspire to be that type of petty.
Same.
I don't give back to the family? Okay. Everybody's out. Everybody go.
Y'all know what I'm about to say. Well, fuck the family, because the family fucked my husband, okay? Faith fucked my husband. She's giving me that. She's giving me Terry from Soul Food. She said, fuck all you niggas, because you really don't care about me. I don't care about y'all. The person who was holding us together was, Big Mama, and she's gone. So now it's just us in here looking at each other in the face, and guess what? I have had it. Okay.
She said the house is closed, and her husband, without missing a beat, was like, "Okay, let's gather all the things."
See, and support. Yeah, he better be there to support her. That is crazy.
And her sister was like, "You can't put us out. Like we have kids." And she was like,
"They could go too."
She was like, "Well, I can't send you home, but I can send you out of here."
Right.
And I guess there's like a group text or whatever. So when Christmas rolled around, they were all like, "So are we meeting at her house?" Insert her name here, her house. And she was like, "Y'all thought I was joking, but I'm not."
And that's just
I'm not a part of this anymore. I don't give back to the family.
And it's crazy because it's like the fact that just by virtue of her not producing offspring, she is not somehow giving back to the family. Meanwhile, it's like, okay, does that just mean that that's more money that you can afford to, like, her nieces and her nephews?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But she can still contribute to she is. This is her home.
Y'all are all in my house, but I'm not contributing to the family. Make it make sense.
Yeah, no. Again, the family fucked my husband. So I will not tolerate this in my home. My white Caucasian home. That is absolutely out of control. She definitely is giving me like corporate America pettiness. You know how like when they fire you, they don't actually like let you go to your desk to collect your things. I've had this experience, so child, that'll be another episode for the podcast. But bitch, when you get fired, they pull you into a back room and gather your belongings while they're giving you the news, and then by the time By the time you make it to the front of the building and they walk you out, your belongings are there. And you want to snap because it's like, bitch, don't touch my stuff. This is what this is giving me. It's absolutely crazy. You're written out of the will because you're not having children.
Right.
These white ass problems.
You gonna say that to me in my home?
Like, what is a will?
The nerve.
Oh, let me tell my story. So, girl, this is this is so fucking awkward. So it's kind of related to the topic that we're going to talk about on the episode today, but I'm just going to, give a little tale. So last weekend, I decided in my drunken stupor, because I've been going out lately. And by lately, I mean like...
all the time.
Okay. So in my drunken stupor, I decided that I was going to download the apps. And by the apps, I mean for those heterosexual listeners who are listening, which is, the two of you that are listening, or the 1.5.
How do you have half a heterosexual? Would that not make them bisexual? Or some other type of sexual?
I mean, it also could be 1.5 because I feel like, I don't know, bitch. You just 1.5 of a person. Maybe you're a deplorable human being, so you have half of a soul. So to the heterosexual listeners, the apps are like, those geolocational like apps where people essentially are on them to hook up. So like Grindr is the more like mainstream one that people know, but there's also like Jacked, which is focused more so on like people of color and black men, that kind of thing.
It's essentially a Tinder for homosexuals. For those of you who are heterosexual. Be clear,
no, Tinder is for heterosexuals. Grindr came first.
Oh, okay, you're right. Let
the record show. In the words of Felicia Rashad, let the record show. However, I was on the apps, and this is just like so awkward. So I'm in this not new, but in this space I'm in now where it's like I'm trying to be really like open and honest and transparent, specifically about my weight, because there was a time when I was on these apps, I used to lie about my weight. Now I don't do that. Now I'm just like, I'm putting it all out there because I don't really give a fuck. Like, it's like trying to be unapologetically myself in every single context.
Amen.
So I put my weight on my like my stats. So it's like, what your race is, what kind of tribe that you belong to based on your body type. You know how the gays are. They really are all about like categorizing people and figuring out how they can fit in or fit. That's such an interesting word.
Word to use there.
Fit. So like you can put in your different tribe based on like what your body image is or like your body is. And I put like 6'1", 294 pounds. So like I actually my weight the last time I got on the scale is publicized, brace, all that stuff. And then my name on there, this is kind of embarrassing, but whatever. My name on there is Thick John. That's my name.
Okay.
Because I just think it's fitting.
It's not fitting.
I just think it's fitting. So that's my name. Don't wear it out. And so that is my name.
All these listeners on Grindr now looking for Thick John.
And that's why it's been deleted and removed from my phone. So I was on Grindr and I had it up. And I was like, I had recent. No, I didn't. This is before I changed my picture. So I had my picture up, and in my pictures, it's not like super recent, but it's not like super old. It probably it was in like the last like 2 or 3 months. So it's not like, bitch, my body hasn't changed that much. So I had my picture up, and then I get this message from a trans woman. Now, the reason I know that she's trans is because she says it in her profile, not because of any, like, me making assumptions based on the way that she looks. She says that she's a trans person in her profile. I forget what her name is. It was something obscene. She decides that she's going to message me. I have never talked to this person before in my life. I've never had an exchange with her. I don't know who this person is on the street. She says that she's going to message me and says, "You're not thick, you're fat."
Oh! Okay. Never mind. Let me shut up.
Right.
Because I was about to get real problematic.
And I mean, I'm going to paint a picture, but I don't want to do too much because I don't want, the place that we are located is very small. So I feel like it's not going to be difficult to locate specifically a trans woman. So, or specifically this one. So she messages me and she says, "You're not thick, you're fat." And it's just like such an interesting exchange. And my immediate response was, "Thank you."
Okay.
That's what I said. I said, thank you. And she said, you're welcome. And then my response was, now that you've said that,
right,
do you feel better? Like,
did you get that car? Is your rent free? Like, what did you get from that?
and then she said, it pays me no mind, or it pays me no never mind, or something to that effect.
Then what the fuck did you say?
She said, I'm just helping you out, is what she said.
Is that what you're doing?
It pays you no, and this is what I said. It pays you no mind, but you felt the need to message me this.
Right.
And she said, yes, because I couldn't get over those fat ass arms, because my arms are on the picture, and then decided to block me.
People are really pressed.
And I'm sitting here like, I don't understand. Like, I really don't understand. And I was really, and it's crazy because I'm trying not to let it bother me, but it's like, first of all, she's not a thin person. Like, I want to make sure that this is clear. And I'm not saying that just because that, like, if you are thin, that would make it, excuse it. Because obviously, we don't believe in, like, people using fatness in a derogatory way, specifically, like, in interpersonal interactions where you're like, you're fat, so therefore I need to tell you that you're fat so that you feel bad about yourself. Because that's what she wanted to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
She wanted to make me feel a certain kind of way about myself because she feels like I was either being dishonest about what she considers the appropriate like moniker based off
thick.
based off my body type, which is also kind of like my point is like, why does that bother you? Because even if I'm using it wrong, am I taking dick away from you? Is that what's happening? Is that what you're scared of?
I don't think that's what's happening. Also, you weren't interested in me whether or not I use the word. So, like, what?
Again, yeah. So, and we're not in a situation. I don't have anything wrong against trans women, but I'm not interested in having sex or dating a trans woman. And I make that very clear in my profile by I want to date men. I'm a gay man.
I'm also confused because like, we're probably going to cut this part because I'm trying to remain an unproblematic queen.
Right.
But is Grindr the place for trans women?
Well, no, because I think that's not problematic. I think there are trans girls on there and there's trans men on there too. I think that it's like, because there are some men, girl, we could really have a conversation on this here podcast. There's a lot of DL men.
Okay. But it's still like, because Grindr is for men seeking men. That's what my thought was. That's what my understanding of Grindr was.
The culture of it is men seeking men. But I think that
this loud ass plane. Like they know that we're trying to do something.
And they're trying to, land in the home. It's kind of marketed towards men who want to be with other men, but that doesn't mean that other people don't use it. And I do think that there are a decent amount of DL men or bi-curious men or men who are interested in having relationships with trans women or trans people. And I don't think that anyone has created space for trans people to have their own community outside of those spaces. And if they do, I don't know what they are. But so she was on there and I'm just like, she messaged me that and I'm just was like, okay, so you really felt pressed to message me this. And I just kept thinking like, first of all, like I said, I don't like the fact that you're using fatness to like, I'm somehow a bad person or inferior or like like your association with fatness is negative, and not even from some like health conscious sort of place. You're literally just seeing somebody that you think is fat and that just offended you so much.
Pure aesthetics.
You had to message them.
The fact that she had to point out your arms should be evident in that.
And I'm like, girl, anyway.
It's also got to be like at least a small amount of self-hatred in there. Like it is projection and it will have you out here looking crazy in the wintertime.
Okay. And I really am so mad that she blocked. That's really the thing that pisses me off the most is because I hate people. Like, I don't like the fact that you got to come in here and give this energy to me and then retreat. Like, you got to come in here and say, I'm going to say exactly what I have on my mind, even though it's like, bitch, you don't know me from a can of paint, so why are you talking to me?
Right.
You're not interested in having sex with me. I'm not interested in having sex with you. I don't want to talk to you.
It's not like you approached her and then she got uncomfortable and was like, no, I'm going to block you.
Literally meme. You know the memes that's like nobody ... The not skinny trans girl messages me, you're not thick, you're fat. That's literally a meme. I need it to produce tomorrow. And I want it on my desk. Preferably in fucking
a PDF format.
A PDF format, okay.
I could not.
But like, I don't like not being able to say how I feel about something. In that
Yeah.
situation, it was like I couldn't even say how I feel because I was about to get a whole Barbara Walters exclusive. Like, okay, so do you just like
Is this what you do?
right?
Like, are there other message threads where this is happening for you?
And do you feel some like what motivated you to do this? And how do you understand you telling me that I'm not fat, I'm not thick, I'm fat as help? Because she said that she was like, oh, I was just helping you out.
Help, but like, help usually requires more than one step.
Right.
So for you to say, this is me helping you, and then block me, it's confusing.
And then also like helping who? Because like I didn't ask for your help, sis. Nobody asked you to say anything to me. Meanwhile, I was because did want to be the girl that's like, bitch, you don't want to talk about all these niggas who are in my thread right now hitting me up. Because let's be clear, that was what was happening. However, I didn't want to do that because I'm like, it's not even about that. It's about you. It's really what it's about. It's about you and how what you feel like is okay in this environment to talk to somebody like that. And what does it really do for you at night, bitch, when you're in your home, in your bed, by yourself? The lights are off, bitch. The TV is off. The music, everyone has gone home.
There are people who are really comforted by the negative things that they have put into the world. I don't understand it, but it's a thing.
She's a witch. Burn her, bitch. Okay, burn them. I don't understand.
Yes, I ruined someone's life today, and it makes me feel whole and happy.
Like, you're despicable. I mean, I don't even have a problem with her. It's just like, I don't like that. Like, first of all, please develop some self-awareness so that you can understand that you're navigating in a body, that is not thin. So when you are calling somebody fat, it's like, what do they say? People in glass houses should throw stones, bitch.
They all.
No shade.
She could be one of those people who sees herself as thick and is trying to claim the word to only mean people who look like her or in her immediate vicinity. So it was like, oh no, you don't belong to this. You belong over there.
And but the real gag is if she, that's why I said thank you, because what you don't realize is you think that this is a read, and it is not at all. Because I'm like, girl, fat people with opinions. We already did that work, bitch. I don't give a damn. So you're saying it to and the reason I'm upset about it is not even because she called me fat, but because the way the whole interaction worked, because I didn't get the opportunity to say how I felt, because there were so many things I wanted to say. I wanted to say shake and go wigs, when it says it on the package that you take it out and you shake it and then you go, doesn't necessarily mean that you should do that. It means that she put some time and energy into crafting this wig so that it feels good and it looks good on your head. That's one of the things I wanted to say.
I want you out. I want you out of my home.
You can't just take a wig out the package and just feel like you can go, because I'm sorry, it's not going to look, blend. It's not going to look realistic. But that's, neither here nor there. But I also wanted to say, sis, I'm here for you. And I'm always going to be out here looking out for you because, I'm here for trans women always. But don't do that. Don't do that.
And if you're going to say something, say it with your chest. Like, stand behind it, say it, and then sit here and suffer the consequences if that's how you feel about it. Say it with your chest.
Because I don't know how she wanted me to respond, because I'm that girl who will have a whole debate with you. Well, I was about to be that girl with her. I will have a whole debate with you, because it's like, and I will make you look dumb, because I was sitting over here minding my good sweet business, being fat and happy on Grindr, and then you have the nerve to try to like put your energy out on me when it's like, sis, again, I'm out here I'm here for you. I don't have let me shut up. Let me shut up. That whole experience was really wild. It just reminded me of like people are really fatphobic. Like people.
Yeah. I mean, this kind of goes into what the skinny is for this week. I mean, you like introed it. We're talking about fatphobia again. Hello.
Right.
Lizzo quit Twitter. I don't want to like rehash the Lizzo episode. Y'all should go listen to that. But I was trying to figure out why she quit Twitter. I knew it had something to do with like people being stupid. So I was on the Twitter discovery page or whatever, and I typed in just Lizzo, and all of the top results are like disgusting. Like, people are really disgusting. Like, you know how that thing is happening with the government right now where the president did some dumb shit and now
that thing that is happening with the government right now with the president, yes.
So people were like, it was like a meme, and it was like people running, and somebody was like, me running for cover when Iran drops Lizzo on the country. Like, first
And
of
it's
all,
not even funny.
right, and it's not intellect. Like, you didn't put any work into that.
Right.
None of that sounded like it took any time. Like, you just thought of the first thing that you could have and put it on the internet.
Oh, they're dropping fat bitches. Okay. like, I'm sitting here like, hardy the fuck hard, bitch. Move on.
Right.
Like, next. Remember next on MTV? Next. That would be a next one.
Right.
Next, bitch.
Came
Come
straight
on.
off the bus, didn't even talk to you.
Next.
I don't like it. Move around. If you're going to try to be funny, try to be funny.
Right. And I'm sorry, fat jokes, I mean, people have really... There are some fat jokes that you can make, bitch.
Right. You just need to be not
fat.
stupid.
No, I'm playing.
You need to put some thought into it.
Right. And I just feel like all the fat jokes that niggas have made over the years, I'm sorry, they're lame at this point.
Y'all are going for this low-hanging fruit and nobody cares. Like, we want the good stuff.
And it's clear that you're not capable. But it's just wild because I was reading this article on The Guardian where this lady, she was talking about like some of her experiences with fat phobia and what she feels like are like what people can do to not be fat phobic. And I was like, I really was just thinking, like, do people really understand what fat phobia is? So I was like, let me, give a little bit of a definition.
Okay. Come on, we love a receipt. We love an educational moment.
And I like this definition. I don't like this definition at the same time because I feel like, okay, I'm going to read the definition. Hold on. Fear and dislike of obese people and or obesity. Fear or obsessive avoidance of consuming fat.
The word fear kind of throws me off here.
And that's what, girl, me and you are on the same page. Because here's the thing that pisses me off. Because it's like when people say you're homophobic, they always assume that the most literal interpretation of the definition. It's like, oh, you literally fear gay people. Where I think there's manifestations of that, but like the colloquial use of it is not that.
Yeah.
It's like a hatred. It's a disdain. It's an association with something negative, less than. And that's what the lady said in the article. She was like, let me see. This is fat phobia. This is a form of bigotry that equates fatness with ugliness, inferiority, and immorality. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
That sounds like a definition that I can get behind. Right. The fear is not, it's not like I don't believe that there aren't any people who are afraid of fat people. That's a weird way to word that sentence. Mm-hmm. But I do think that there is like a stigma around being fat. Same with homosexuality. If you're homophobic and it's because you are afraid that your family could possibly like beat you if you were homosexual. Right. That could be seen as like a fear of it. I could see that.
And like how that manifests in adulthood, yeah.
Right. Same with fat phobia. If you are like afraid of the rejection or the ridicule that you could get from society because of being fat, that I could see as being a fat phobia. When you are just out here telling people they fat for the hell of it, that's not a fear. That's something inside of you that you need to work on.
Right. But that still, I think, falls under what we have established colloquially is the newer interpretation of that word.
Right.
Like, we have decided all as a culture that fat phobia is not a literal fear, even though there's manifestations of that. Not a literal fear of fat people. It's you despising them just by virtue of being fat, which is wrong. Like, I think people have like adopt this whole mindset of like, oh well, you're fat, so they can rationalize it because the person that they're espousing this to is fat, so it's excusable because they're a negative thing. It's like, oh, you're fat, so even though I am being fat phobic, it's okay because you're fat.
Right.
And I'm like, bitch, what? That's the fact. If you take it on its the basic meaning, the fact that you don't like somebody or treating someone negatively because they're fat is prejudice. Like, that's really what it is. Like, I mean, and there's people who make like systemic arguments about how fat people can be discriminated against when you think about like different jobs and that kind of thing. And I think there are some merits to that kind of argument when you think about like fat people who want to work in fashion or who want to work in like the beauty industry and that kind of thing, and how bitches have really had to carve out careers.
When I was looking for a second job a couple years ago, and I was thinking about applying at Planet Fitness because they had like an overnight position just working the desk in the front.
Right.
I was like, I don't I mean, I never applied, so it wasn't like they told me no, but I was like, I don't know if they would accept me, you know, because I am not fit.
Right.
So why would I be working the desk at a gym, you know?
Right. And it's also, I feel like I could hear somebody saying, well, why would you work there? You're fat. But it's like, bitch, I want to work there.
Right.
And what it's like, and it's also
I need a paycheck. And also, if I work there, I could work out for free.
Like, it's so fucking illogical. Like, it's like, oh, so you can automatically discount this person from participating in the labor market because they're fat. Like, the same person who applies to a gym just because they want to work there, or because I know every single person who's working at the front desk at a gym is not wanting. This is not their career, bitch.
Right.
Like, I know that it's not. So
especially not at no Planet Fitness.
Oh, okay. Girl, I could really read them, but I'm not going to. But yes, I don't like that because I've applied to Planet Fitness multiple times. I don't think I haven't gotten it because I'm fat. I think I haven't gotten it because I'm overqualified. But it would be cute to work at a Planet Fitness because it's like you can work and then work out.
Right, because my thought was if I could get that like midnight to 7 a.m. shift before I have to go into my regular office job.
Girl, I was thinking the same thing.
That would work out for me.
But also death.
Yeah, because sleep is a thing.
Right.
At the time, I didn't have the job that I have now. I was still in school and I was working like 4 hours every day on my regular job. So this made sense. Yeah. It doesn't make sense now because niggas need to sleep. But at the time where I was like, I could work 4 jobs. I only need to sleep 4 hours a night. I can run off a coffee. That seemed like a good idea.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced like similar? Because I would say that whole interaction that I had with the trans woman was rooted in fatphobia. At least to some extent, it was. You could say that maybe she felt like I was taking an identity away from her or misusing a word, and that's why she felt the need to message me. But I don't think that's what it is. I just think she don't like fat bitches.
Yeah.
So I really just think that's what it is. So, have you ever been in a situation where you have experienced like an interpersonal fat phobia where like somebody is projecting their disdain?
Yeah, on Instagram all the time. Since my Instagram has like, I don't want to say blown up because I'm not on that yet. But like, since I've gotten into like the 4-digit follower situation on Instagram or the 5-digit follower situation on Instagram, plenty of people have been in my inbox talking about like, body positivity is fake. Like, you don't actually care about uplifting people. You just want it to be okay that you're fat, which is a wild statement to make, period.
Like, let's talk about that. Body positivity is fake. You just want to be fat. Okay.
Mind you, when my page started blowing up, it was a fitness page. Like, it was about me losing weight. So for you to come into my inbox and say things like that is like, one, it's counterintuitive because if you're saying this because you want me to be healthy, literally that's what I'm doing. Right. So why are you here? And second, if you're saying it because you don't like the aesthetic of my body, one, nobody invited you. Right. And two, literally that's what I'm doing. Right. So why are you here?
And then what do we know about shame? And how what do we know about shame and how it's related to like depression and anxiety and how that just like exacerbates like adverse behaviors? Like, what do we know about these things? We know that if you make someone feel ashamed of themselves, make them feel like they're less than, what are they going to do? They're going to resort to their vices. Right. If it not be food, maybe they'll drink, maybe they'll smoke weed, which also both of those things usually lead to food. Mm-hmm. Okay, bitch, I want pizza in both of those instances. Or, they do other stuff. So it's like, you think that, and again, it's crazy how your heart can have a mind of its own. No, it's crazy how, like, this person really can rationalize talking to you in this way or messaging you because you're fat. Right. Like,
and none of the people who were in my inbox saying these things were fit. None of them. The fit people who I follow or who follow me are also like uplifting, like, right. Oh yeah, girl, you got this. You look great. It doesn't matter. Like, whatever. It's the people who I want to say hate themselves who are projecting that onto me because they see me not hating myself and are like, wait a minute, she looks just like I do. How come she doesn't hate herself like I do? Let me go over there and remind her that she needs to hate herself.
Right. And I just feel like, bitch, like, Keep that shit to yourself.
Right.
Like, it's just...
There's a picture on my Instagram. Well, I might have archived it now because of the interaction I'm about to tell you about. But it's me sitting on the floor in my kitchen eating a bowl of spaghetti. And I think the caption was something like, I finally found a balance in my relationship with food. I understand that I can't restrict myself 100%. I have to let myself do things that I want to do sometimes. That was me eating this bowl of spaghetti because I really like pasta.
Right.
And somebody in the comments counted all of the rolls that you could see, like on my body, and was like, you need to eat less spaghetti and eat more celery. And I was like, but that was the whole point of this post. Like, you're not even paying attention.
Right.
You're just here to be annoying. And I think I wasn't in a good place at that time with myself. Like, I was trying to project that I was on my Instagram, but I obviously was not, because that interaction, really, I don't remember if I deleted the comment or if I archived the picture altogether, but it was not like, I was not in a place to be like, fuck you at that point. I am now. But at that point, it was like I was really here being like, okay, Taylor, you got this. Like, you figured this out. You're having a good time. You can eat that bowl of spaghetti. And then here you come ready to ruin my day. And for what? For what? What did I do to you? I don't even know you.
Like, I remember I had a situation where, and it's crazy because this never happens in person. Like, I'm not going to act like nobody's ever called me fat in a derogatory way in person, but I feel like because of social media and because of the internet, it's like the instances that are coming to the fore of my brain now are all online. I had another situation on the apps, this time on Jacked, where he literally didn't say anything to me. He just typed ew. EWW. Like, that's what he wrote. I didn't respond to this man because I was like, first of all, you don't have a picture of bitch, so you're invisible to me. Like, again, next.
You don't even exist.
Next. Like, it's going to be a no for me. So, and I mean, I don't want to fill in the blanks for him, but I feel like, I don't know if he just felt uncomfortable with the way that I look. Like, you know, I'm a fat bitch who's out here, you know, living my life. You know, out here living my life and, you know, giving shape and giving, you know, body. So you just may not be into that, and then that may not be your thing, but move on. You know what I'm saying? Just go to the next person and
move around. Like, nobbody asked you to stop here. There's no stop
sign. I may have been the next for you. Next. And guess what? It is okay.
I honestly can't even tell if I'm a next for you because you don't have a picture.
Thank you. Next. I think the effect that they wanted to have, it's not, I'm not getting that. Like, I think they want me to go into my room and start crying and cutting my wrists and think, and, you know, drafting diet plans and drafting exercise plans to make myself more, you know, desirable for them. And I'm not doing that. I'm sorry, sis. I'm not doing that.
Because what makes you think you're entitled to me? Like, I am who I am. And if you don't like me, that's your business. That don't have shit to do with me.
And I think that, I mean, it really has taken me a long time to get to that point, because there was a time where if someone didn't think that I was attractive, that was like the worst thing. Like, if someone didn't feel, like, if someone, and I could attribute it to the fact that I was fat, there was a time where that really made me feel less than. Like, oh, I'm really a bad bitch. Like, I mean, not bad bitch in like the way that we use it now, but like, I'm really a bad bitch. Like, like I'm just, you know, less than.
Just bad. I'm just bad.
I'm just a horrible person. I'm just deplorable. I'm not worthy of love. I'm not worthy of success. I'm not worthy of anything because this person doesn't find me attractive based on the way that I look.
And I still have moments, I mean, I don't think attractiveness necessarily. I was with my nigga and his friends down at their house, and they had, I don't want to say cooked because it was like sushi, so you don't really cook sushi. Right. You buy it.
They had assembled.
There was sushi and there was a bunch of fruit. And I really enjoy fruit because it's sweet. I'm a sweet when it comes to things like that. So I was really like chowing down on the fruit. I didn't eat much of the sushi, but I was really like going hard on this cantaloupe. And my nigga was like, babe, you don't want to slow down. You don't want to eat anymore. And I was like, okay, but why don't I? Because I do. And his friends were like, it's whatever, like, eat it because we don't want to put it away. Like, eat the fruit. But it was just, it hit me a little weird because it was like, why are you telling me to stop eating? I don't like that. I don't like that.
I don't like that either. I really don't like that either. What was that about?
I don't know. There could have been different contexts. We didn't revisit it because I didn't want to make a scene. But
oh, bitch, I would have made a scene. Let me not instigate. But like, I don't like that. I don't like that.
he never tells me to stop eating at home. So I don't know if it was like a this isn't your food.
Or
You
maybe
shouldn't
like
eat
you're
all
gonna
of
get
it.
sick kind of thing, or like maybe you were sickly. Like I don't know. And my thing is like, bitch, it's fruit.
Right. It was cantaloupe, which is mostly water to
I
begin
would
with.
understand if I was over here eating a whole bag of Doritos.
Or if I was eating all of the sushi that people were also eating. But
Or
this was
87 cheesesteaks. But I wasn't, bitch.
It was cantaloupe.
It was cantaloupe. Okay, could I have? Maybe I want my pussy to taste good so that later.
Okay. And it was like sliced cantaloupe, you know? So I was going through the slices rather quickly, but it was still just cantaloupe, you know? And it was one cantaloupe cut up.
And depending on how they cut this shit, bitch, it really could have been you were only getting morsels and scraps as opposed to getting, you know, all the meat of the fruit that you want.
I just didn't like that. Don't clock my eating.
And it's crazy because I think
I'm a grown ass man.
Yes, correct. I think like fatphobia has really like penetrated like aspects of society in that we even us as fat people have struggled like with internalized fat phobia. Like even that trans woman, I'm gonna keep bringing her up because she really robbed my fucking feathers, bitch. Fried my fish. I mean, as a non-thin person, she felt the need to say something to me. But it's like, even in how I move and what I think that I can do as a fat person, it's kind of like, oh, fat bitches can't do this, fat bitches can't do that. Like, for example, I remember there was a time, this is going to be real X-rated, but there was a time where I really didn't feel like I could poop in public.
Most people don't feel that way, though.
But I remember I felt like I attributed to, like, fat bitchdom. Like, oh, I don't want to be the fat girl who's, like, blowing up the bathroom and like stinking up the place, because then it's like, okay, you really trifling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these are thoughts that I have. Like,
it's like a stereotype. I get it. It's like a fat people already smell bad, so here you are in the bathroom
really blowing up the shit. And
right.
I was like, now I don't really give a fuck now.
Like, me neither. I've never given a fuck, to be honest.
Because
I used to poop in high school. I don't care.
Because y'all over here prairie dogging all day, and your fucking colons and your bowels are out here suffering the consequences, and y'all gonna feel this when you get older. I'm not doing that.
It's a no for me, dog. I have to go when I have to go, and I'm gonna go now.
And I am someone who really pays attention to the fiber, and I take fiber supplements because I like to be regular. We already talked about that. Shout out to Metamucil, sponsor me. So I'm not going to be that girl who's going to sit here and fucking, you know, really clench my cheeks sitting at my desk in my office because you have issues with fat bitches pooping. I'm sorry, I'm not.
It's going to be a no from me, dog.
A hard no. And I just think that, like, even other stuff, like not taking as much as you want to eat when you're in a function because you feel like people are judging you for being fat. And saying, like, oh, bitch, here she go, grabbing another plate. That's happened to me at family functions before. Oh, he's going back up there again. Yes, I am.
That doesn't happen in my family. My family is like, you only had one plate. What's wrong with you? Go get some more food.
Even things like working out. Like, people have really internalized that the gym is for people who are attractive. The gym is for fit people. The gym is for people who work out often. So even in your pursuit to kind of, if you are someone who's like struggling with their weight, you don't feel good about yourself, you don't feel good about your body image, you're doing something about it. You feel like, oh, as a fat person, I can't even go to the gym.
Right.
Because someone's going to judge me when I'm there. Someone's going to make fun of me. Somebody's going to judge me, take pictures of me. Because we see that happen all the time.
All the time.
People have taken pictures.
People can't even exist as a fat person out in public without somebody being like, thoughts. That's the best thing on Twitter. People will take a picture of somebody fat or somebody like effeminately gay, like an effeminate man, and be like, thoughts, ? And that's the end of the tweet. Like, what are you doing here? You're inciting a riot. Like, what are you doing?
And it's clear what you're doing, but it's also like, bitch, why? Like, why?
Just mind your business. People, like, I don't have a problem going to the gym. That's not my issue. Like, I don't feel like I'm worried about being in the gym and somebody judging me. But my issue is I don't feel like I can be comfortable at the gym. Because when I work out at home, I like to be in a sports bra and maybe some shorts because I be hot. I would like to be in the gym like that. And it's not that I can't. It's that I don't feel comfortable because I feel like the attention that I'm not worried about just being in the gym would come if I were in the gym the type of naked that I want to be.
Right.
But there are plenty of girls in the gym in shorts and a sports bra.
Right.
They're just not fat.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we're damned if we do, damned if we don't.
And the self-policing, because it's like I'm going to the gym, and I'm garnering up the courage to take, and I'm taking on this journey of going to the gym, and I'm like, okay, bitch, I'm gonna, I've written out my diet plan, I'm going to exercise, and I can't even just go to the gym the way that I want to.
Right.
I have to do it in a way that makes my body more consumable for you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swath my body in fucking cloth, bitch. Okay, I'm gonna wear a hoodie that's eight times my fucking size. I'm gonna wear basketball shorts that go all the way down past my fucking shoes, bitch. So that way,
And be in here sweating.
okay, I'm in here in a whole fucking, straight jacket, jumpsuit, bitch, in the gym, on the fucking stair stepper,
and a fleece onesie,
about to fall out to make you feel better.
Right.
So that you're less uncomfortable because you don't want to see my body moving in public. No, fuck you.
I would like to just exist in a bike short and a sports bra, just all of the time. I'd like to go to work in that.
Not all of the time.
All of the time. I enjoy my skin feeling the air.
Yeah, no, and I definitely understand. I just want people to not be mean. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't want people to be mean. I think people really feel like it's okay for them to shame fat people for being fat, and it's just like it does nothing to address the issue that you want to address, and
at all.
And also is wrong. Like, you're just a horrible person if you do that, because you don't have to. Let me ask you this question before we go to the game. Do you feel like someone calling you fat is like a negative thing? Like, is that derogatory?
No, not now. Mm-mm. I feel like I'd react the same way you did and be like, thank you. Or be like, correct. Did you want a cookie? Like,
right?
You have passed the test. Like, what do you mean?
True. Yes. Okay. Like, these are all words that you can use. So it doesn't offend you when someone says, like, oh, you're a fat ass bitch. Like, no.
Mm-mm. I'm a bad fat ass bitch. You heard? Also, recently on Instagram, I have taken to killing people with kindness. Mm-hmm. Because while I used to think that was so cliche and weird, it really works.
It really does work.
People will really try to come at you crazy, and I'll just be like, you know what? I'm here for you, bitch. Have a great day.
Right.
And they'll be like, okay, but you're still fat. And I'm still here for you.
Right. They get disarmed. It like disarms them. That's why I said thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know if I'm there yet where I feel like if just by virtue of you calling me fat, I immediately associate it with a negative thing, because it's clear that when you're saying it, you're not saying it like, oh, you're a bad bitch, you're a fat bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're saying it because you want me to feel you want me to feel bad about myself for being fat. And that's what's translating, not the fact that you're using the word fat.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get there, and like, you're really not doing anything to me by calling me fat. If anything, I'm going to have a conversation with you about, like, so do you just not like yourself?
Right.
Like, let's have a conversation about you, bitch. Because it's clear, just by the fact that you felt the need to say something, that something is going on. So we can talk about that.
Because I'm here for you.
Because a healthy person, no shade, a healthy person would not have made it a point to go to somebody that they don't know and say something to them.
And since you want to talk about how unhealthy I am, let's talk about how unhealthy you are.
And we can end it right there. Let's move on to the game.
Okay. We have this little game. It's called Obama Llama. I found it at the Targets. And the premise of the game is we give each other these prompts, and the answer to the prompts have to rhyme. So I think we should start with the yellow ones that say the name on the outside. So for the yellow ones, the answer is on the white side of the card. So what you're reading right now is the answer.
Okay.
So what you have to do, because I already know, I can see the outside of the card. So like, here, we'll do mine first. This card is about Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a prompt. I'm going to say Snoop Dogg is smooching an amphibian. And you have to figure out what that part is. It rhymes with Snoop Dogg, obviously.
Snoop Dogg.
And it's another word for smooching, obviously, too.
Is kissing.
Mm-hmm. An amphibian.
Frog.
Yes.
Oh, bitch. Why was frog popping in my head?
Snoop Dogg is chopping up lumber Ooh, chopping is the word, so I fucked that up.
Snoop
Snoop Dogg is cutting up lumber.
Snoop Dogg is chopping up a log.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Snoop Dogg is moving through
Life.
a dense white substance in the air outside.
Snoop Dogg is driving
a word. That's not the word, but it's fine.
in a fog or through the fog.
Snoop Dogg is walking through fog.
Okay. So you should already know what this was about to be. Okay. Beyonce Knowles.
Okay.
Is hitting something that is not a gerbil.
Something that is not a gerbil.
Or a groundhog.
And it rhymes with Knowles.
Mm-hmm.
Moles. Beyonce Knowles is playing whack-a-mole.
Yes. The judges we have deliberated shall give it to you. Beyonce Knowles whacking moles is the thing. Okay. Beyonce Knowles descending on things that they have in clubs.
Oh, Beyonce Knowles is sliding down the pole?
Yes. Okay,
oh my gosh, come on,
poles.
Beyonce, drop it low.
Drop it low, girl. Drop it. Okay. Beyonce Knowles is a pedestrian on things that you put in the grill to warm the grill. On the grill to warm the grill.
Beyonce Knowles is walking on coals.
Mm-hmm. They have to be what?
Hot.
Yes.
Walking on hot coals.
Yes. I really did that bit. Come on. She's a pedestrian.
Come on, pedestrian.
Okay. It's your turn.
Okay. This one is the Pope.
Okay.
The Pope is...
the last hope.
Ascending a long, thick string.
The Pope climbs the rope.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Pope is taking a shower and, wow, what's another word for this? Making lots of bubbles.
The Pope bathes with soap.
Okay, we'll accept. The Pope is lathering soap.
Okay. Lathering.
The Pope is spinning down a...
Spinning down. Like, why in my mind I was thinking DJ. So spinning, like, he's really spinning, DJing down, bitch.
Spinning.
That's where my mind was going.
The Pope is spinning down a ski area covered in snow. I don't know how that...
The Pope descends the slope.
Okay, the Pope is rolling down a slope,
okay.
Yes.
Descends, bitch. That's the better one. Let me go. I'll do another one. Okay, these ones about Meryl Streep.
Okay.
Meryl Streep.
It's going beep, beep.
Down the street. Meryl Streep is cutting. Another word for cutting. You also use them in the kitchen.
Okay.
A animal that is not a goat or a lamb, but is its cousin.
Meryl Streep is shearing a sheep.
Yes, come on. Yes, I really led you to that one. Meryl Streep is cruising in her automobile, and it's the one that they had in Jurassic Park.
I never saw Jurassic Park.
I want you out.
I don't like scary movies. Meryl Streep.
I'm gonna write you out the wheel like Homegirl.
Is driving a Jeep.
Yes.
Okay. You could have used white girls going to the beach. They drive Jeeps. Why did we go straight to dinosaurs?
I mean, I could have said a Wrangler or something like that, but I wanted because they had those cars in Jurassic Park. Okay.
I've never been there.
Meryl Streep is commencing crying.
Meryl Streep is beginning to weep.
So yeah, I'll give you that one. The judges have deliberated.
What was it?
It was Meryl Streep starting to weep.
Oh. Commencing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so
my ear is ringing. Let's do the pink ones. The pink ones give you the prompt, so you can read it.
So how do we do this? So we read it.
You read the top part that's in bold,
and
then the one under it is the answer.
Okay. You go first.
Okay. The creator of Harry Potter enjoys knocking down pins.
J.K. Rowling likes bowling. I feel so damn dumb.
I don't know the other two people on that card.
Let me do one.
Okay.
Piglet's bear friend prevents a rebel group taking over a country.
Winnie the Pooh starts a coup.
Prevents.
Oh, prevents a coup. Stops a coup.
Yes. Or Winnie the Pooh stops a coup. Yes. This is really rhymes. That really rhymed me up this bitch. Bars.
Shaggy's ghost-busting dog is totally transparent.
Scooby-Doo goes boo.
No, it's totally transparent. You can...
Oh, Scooby-Doo is see-through.
Yeah.
I can see through. Pentatonics, anyone? Volume 3 album? Okay, my turn. Microsoft billionaire enjoying the small, soft fruit of a palm tree.
Bill Gates is eating grapes. Do grapes grow on a palm tree? No. Bill Gates is eating dates.
I was about to say, it's kind of like a fig, but not.
Yeah.
Mysterious hairy mountain man, who some call a Sasquatch, is refusing to move.
Bigfoot said, fuck that.
Yes. The judges have deliberated, and yes, that is correct. Bigfoot is staying put, so yes.
Okay.
He said, who's all going to be there? Who all going to be there? Oh, I have another one.
Okay.
X-Men character with blades in his hand is consuming a legume.
Wolverine is eating peanuts. Wolverine is eating a legume?
Wolverine. Because that's the rhyme. Wolverine.
Yeah, but like what?
There's... You want me to give you clues?
Cashew. No. Cashew. Walnut. Legume that ends in "een."
I will really fight you, Taylor, on this program. I just want you to know. I just want you to know.
Lima bean. A lima bean?
I mean, it's a bean, but yes, the judges have deliberated. We'll give you that one as well.
Jesus.
Okay. Let's do the green ones.
Okay.
How does this work?
You have to come up with the prompt yourself, because that's the answer is what's on the card.
I am stressed. Okay. An actor from Friends.
Just one of them? Any one of them?
The character from Friends who was obsessed with cleaning, the actress who plays her,
okay,
is a klepto. So let's break this down.
Okay, so she's a thief, right?
Yes. And what do thieves do?
They steal.
Before they are able to gain entry into the home.
Okay, they break in.
Let's get the name of the actress.
They
first.
case the joint.
Who's the actress?
The one who likes to clean would be...
Did you watch Friends?
Ross's sister, right?
Yes.
Monica.
Okay. Who
her name is not Sophia Bush.
I'm what you
What is her name? Wow.
She's not Demi Moore.
No, she's not.
I feel like
I know she's not Demi Moore.
I feel like those bitches low-key have the same
wow,
face.
I know her name. She was just on the show. I was just watching.
Do you want me to tell you what it is? She was also on Cougar, too. I think it was a show.
I can see her face. I just don't know her name. What's her name?
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox is putting on socks. Is picking locks.
There you go. Courtney Cox is picking locks. Oh, that was good.
Okay. Jolly Fat Man.
Santa Claus.
Is watching is the word, damn it. Is consuming a movie about a shark.
Santa Claus is watching Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Miss Piggy's husband is clothed or has on a shoe that German people wear.
Are they German? I think they're
Polish?
no, they're from Holland. What do you call those people?
Hoes, no, I'm playing.
Kermit the Frog is wearing clogs.
Yes. Where does that come from? I don't know why I immediately thought German.
I don't think German is right.
Where do clogs come from? Holland, bitch. Yes, you're right. Come on, you don't know shit.
Holland.
Oh wow. I could have said the ones that they have at Walmart, the rubber ones. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Noseless villain from Harry Potter.
Voldemort is a dork.
Is visiting
Voldemort travels
to
the port.
Close. No, it's not close.
Okay.
It rhymes with that though. Is visiting
Bitch, they all rhyme with that. Like
legal establishment.
Voldemort goes to court.
Yes.
you are taking that to court. That bitch from Hannah Montana.
The lead one?
Yes.
Okay.
Who also like went through a phase of like, being a rapper, but then also kind of like.
She also denounced being a rapper and said that it was the devil.
Also because she felt like it is, rooted in misogyny and homophobia, but then went back to it and then has been celebrating. Girl. So
Miley Cyrus
is stuck with a disease.
Has a virus.
What kind?
A deadly virus. A chronic virus. A recurring virus.
Another word for trifling.
A dirty virus.
Another word for dirty.
If
you eat something you don't like it.
Disgusting virus.
Another word for disgusting, but you're naming every other word but the word.
A nasty virus.
Yes, bitch, I'm dead.
I think this is my last one.
Mm-hmm.
Hero from an anime that you watch based on women being named after different planets.
Sailor Moon.
Is consuming.
Is eating.
A fruit. A purple fruit. A dried purple fruit.
Sailor Moon is eating a plum.
A fruit that makes you poop.
Sailor Moon is eating. Oh, approve.
Yeah.
I was like, big. All these words don't rhyme. I was getting upset. You have a weekly consumption?
I do. It's a callback to episode 0 because I bought myself some of those exfoliating gloves for the shower. God. And they changed my life. So I used to use this in-shower lotion, the Nivea in-shower body lotion that you put on and then rinse off. And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. Like I feel, soft, I guess. But then I started using these exfoliating gloves and I was using that and I was like, this ain't doing it for me. Like, it's not, what is this? If it's soaking into my skin, it's going away now. Like, It's not, because it would sit on top of my skin, I guess. But now that my pores are open and all the dead skin is gone, it's soaking really in and disappearing.
Soaking in.
Right. So I had to get a thicker lotion to really feel moisturized and luxurious because now my body is prepared to be moisturized. Right. I really enjoy it.
And I feel like white people should do that because I know y'all haven't been washing your legs all this time. So you really need something that has some texture to really
scrub.
To really penetrate the dirt that has accumulated on your body to ensure that once you apply products to it that will moisturize that. Because I know you're out here in the elements and it's cold. Yes, get those. And
at first I was doing it with just one glove because I have a thing about things being on my hands. I don't like it. But once I put on both gloves and was really like feeling my oats in this good shower, it was really like, I want to shower all the time
and
now.
It's super efficient. Like, it's super efficient because it's like, with a washcloth, you really be having to like angle shit right and really get all the corners and the crevices. You're literally using your hand.
Right. And your one little finger can fit into a nice little tight crevice. It's perfect. Right. I enjoy it a lot.
And I think the texture is it's not hard.
No, it's not abrasive at all. You can just feel it.
Yes. Where sometimes with washcloth, sometimes I like a more textured washcloth because I want the exfoliating. I need that.
And I don't feel like I can ever go back to just a regular washcloth because now I really feel like when I was cleansing myself, that the stuff was just sitting on top of my skin. Like it wasn't really penetrating. But now I feel like butter is in my skin.
Back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot holes all on me. Mine, my weekly consumption. What have I been watching? So I've been on my nerd shit lately. Well, you haven't known this, but I be on my
I
nerd
do have
shit.
to tell you. Sorry, go ahead. I have to tell
Okay.
you about the anime I've been watching.
Okay. I want to hear about it. So I have been watching. I mean, I follow his channel for a long time, but there's this YouTuber that I watch. His name is Carcinogen SDA, and he does these playthroughs. He has done playthroughs for a long time. One of the playthroughs that he like, one of the types of games that he specializes in is like horror, specifically the Resident Evil franchise. And I was just watching him this past weekend, and he was doing 100% walk, no damage walkthrough, no box walkthrough of Resident Evil 2, the remake. And I'm like, people really don't understand like the level of skill. These niggas be really doing this all the time. Like I really have to learn a video game inside and outwards to be able to say, because Resident Evil is not like one of the features of the game is that you have this box that you can put all the things that you collect in so that you can carry more things. So if you're not using that, you really have to know what the fuck is going to come next and how to maneuver that in order to be able to beat the game. And the fact that this man was able to like create strategies for all of that to be able to do it and not take any damage the whole time that he's doing. I'm like, this nigga like hacking to
Burn him. He's a witch.
burn him. He's a witch. Like, you need to hack into the U.S. mainframe,
Right.
and
Wipe out all of our debt.
right, wipe out my student loan debt, because it's clear that you have a level of expertise when it comes to technology in these video games that you are really just that bitch. So shout out to Carcinogen for being able to do that shit, because I know I'd be attempting to do shit like that when I play video games, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna do a no damage walkthrough and get hit the first 5 minutes. I have to start over. Like, what's going on?
I was watching somebody play Kingdom Hearts 3 on legend mode, which is like the highest that you can go.
Come on.
And also with the 0 XP
So you don't like
on.
use any of your level up. You don't
level you don't level up at all. So he was on the like level 20 going through the entire game. And I'm just like, there are points in the game. My strategy for playing Kingdom Hearts is to press X. I just hack away at everything. So there's a point in the game where I can't go any farther if I'm not at a high enough level because I don't have enough power.
Oh no.
So for him to be playing 0 XP and getting through this shit and actually beating the shit was like mind blowing to me.
It's really wild. And they really spend time on that shit. Like,
it's wild. Okay, so I started watching Death Note, and once you get past like the scary ass demon nigga,
I won't.
It's really great. It's at least the first half of the season is really great. Once you get past once you find out who has the Death Note the first time, it becomes stupid. It becomes very like corporate America is trying to take down other corporates so that it can be the best like it's stupid.
Oh, girl.
But the first half of the season is really dope because it's like we're killing all of these criminals essentially, and then there's like the task force looking to find who has the Death Note. It's really good. I thought it was really good. It's not I'm gonna say it's not your typical anime because it's not like there are no fight scenes.
Yeah, it's very much like a drama, intellectual.
Yeah, I think that's why I was really into it. Not that I'm not into like stuff with fight scenes, but it really was not something I was expecting.
Because sometimes when they write those animes are like fight scene, action oriented, like that kind of thing. It really is just about like the visual aspect of it. Not there's no attention paid to the characters, no attention paid to the story. Where it's like there's some anime where I watch them, I'm like, nobody's fighting, but it's like these niggas are really going through it, like really, really going through it. Attack on Titan is a really good mix of that. In that there's fight scenes, but I mean the fight scenes are cool, but it's also like these people are really going through it, like really going through it. I've talked about it already, but I can't wait for season 4.
I think if you wanted to watch Death Note, you could get past the demon because he is funny. So like, yes, he looks scary, but he is a funny ass nigga. So like, it
I also
mellows
feel like
out.
his outfit is really fly. Like I really like the idea of having like this like long black jumpsuit and then like this little fur moment. But then I also am like, again, the creature who sits on your chest when you're experiencing sleep paralysis, that is what it looks like.
And Babe and I just watched season, I think 4 or 5 of American Horror Story. The one where it was like the return to Roanoke or My Roanoke Nightmare or some shit. And it fucked me up. I couldn't sleep for days.
I've only seen season 3.
It's fucking wild. Was that the season with the witches? I really enjoyed the season with the witches.
Girl, down. You know I love me a witch plot. Like nobody's business. The Craft is one of my favorite movies, bitch. I love a witch plot. Bitch, we need to do like a scary like true crime episode.
See, that I could be down with. True crime doesn't freak me out as much as like the supernatural does.
We can like we can find like a scary story about like a fat bitch and read it and then talk about it.
I thought like a fat bitch. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for listening. Subscribe. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.